Getting traffic fatalities down to zero could be as easy as buckling up. Autism Speaks believes raising awareness could make all the difference for them, and that's why they light it up blue. In the hearing, senators and witnesses talked about how widespread of an issue this is. The monument quilt brings awareness to sexual assault and domestic violence, but it also brings a message that you are not alone. A group of protesters from New York is adding their voices to those calling for an end to police killings around the country. That's right, state officials announced today that in 2014, traffic fatalities were the lowest they've been in 66 years. Education officials have a message for Governor Hogan, and it's don't shortchange Maryland. I'm Katie Ghiardi, and that's next on Maryland Newsline. Miriam Gardsbane is not your average 12-year-old.
We are making clay elephants, and we made them yesterday too.
She's a self-proclaimed elephant protector.
I just felt really bad for the elephants.
After watching a documentary about elephant abuse in Thailand, the Rockville native was inspired to help.
We're gonna sell them hopefully at the Only Farmers Market, and we're gonna try and sell them in Bethesda.
They've made more than 100 of these little guys in just 2 sessions. All the proceeds from selling them will go to help elephants in Thailand. Last year, Miriam raised $2,000, but she says she couldn't have done it without the help of her art teacher.
She really helped me get all the clay, and she taught me how to make the elephants, and she really helped me with everything.
Any young person who has an idea this powerful should be supported in any way we can.
And of course, her friends are also on board with the cause.
She's my best friend, I'll do it, and she showed me some videos and told me about what's happening, and I felt really bad.
Miriam even traveled to Thailand last year to see how her little elephants are helping the life-size version.
You get to sit under them, and it's really cool. And sometimes you're scared they're gonna step on you, you'll be crushed, but they don't.
They've made almost double the number of elephants they made last year, and Miriam hopes it will only continue to grow.
It'll be like a giant thing, and we'll make hundreds and hundreds of elephants every time.
In Silver Spring, Katie Ghiardi, CNS TV. His plea, guilty.
And he wants to get his life in order and move on.
Rabbi Barry Frendel pled guilty to 52 misdemeanor counts of voyeurism for filming women while they prepared for ritual baths in the Kesher Israel Synagogue in Washington.
The rabbi decided to plead guilty to take responsibility for his actions, which he understands now to be terribly wrong.
Attorney Steve Kelly represents many of Frendel's victims. He says the plea comes as a relief.
Many of the victims and survivors I've talked to did not want to go to trial. They did not want to face the prospect of having their videos shown in open court.
But others say they wish they'd been told a plea deal was in the works.
My wife had no idea that today was going to be the day that this whole matter would be closed.
While the rabbi was charged with 52 counts of taping women without their permission, the U.S. Attorney's Office says there were about 100 more instances dating back to 2009. Frendel will be sentenced May 15th. In Washington, Katie Ghiardi, CNS TV. Diana Tunstall is like a lot of 17-year-olds. She's outgoing and friendly and likes to have fun.
I'm pretty known among Baltimore,
which makes her perfect for her role as a peace ambassador in Baltimore's Inner Harbor.
I am on the side of understanding. I want everyone to feel like that they're not targets.
The peace ambassadors hope they can bridge the gap between teenagers and police officers. They do that by being themselves, because who can relate better to a teenager than another teenager?
One reason the peace ambassadors are so good at what they do is because they maintain their autonomy. They're seen as popular in the eyes of their peers, and because of that, they're able to start this new social movement for positivity.
Celia Neustadt, founder of the Inner Harbor Project, says if a peace ambassador sees an interaction between police and young people that ends badly, they'll step in.
I would just usually start off by saying well, you just calm down, because it's not that serious. You taking your reaction to a bigger level, and they didn't mean this. They were trying to say this.
In a time when tensions between police and African Americans are high nationwide, that can make all the difference.
They get so tense when a cop approaches them and everything, and I feel like that they have to realize that they're people too.
At the end of the day, Diana and the Inner Harbor Project have one goal.
I actually just hope that the teenagers get what they're trying to get from being down here, which is having fun, just being around their friends.
At the Inner Harbor, Katie Ghiardi, CNS TV.